Good morning, everybody. I hope all are fine and safe. And I think all you have given your monthly test examination, and it is necessary to give after reopening our school. We're going to check your monthly test copy. So remember this: it is necessary to give monthly test exam. Today, I'm going to discuss for class 8, third chapter, that is square and square roots. So today's topic we're going to know here about square number, properties of square number, and how to find out square number, and how to identify perfect square number, and application of square number. Today just we are going to discuss here about square number, and in next video we are going to discuss about square root. Now, so we have to know first about square number. What is square number? See, the product of a number multiplied by itself. The product of a number multiplied by itself. For example, 1 you have to multiply by 1 only. If you are going to choose 3, then you have to multiply by 3 only. If you are thinking that you are going to take 4, so you have to multiply by 4. That's why it is written the product of a number multiplied by itself. So 1 into 1, that means 1 is the square number. 2 into 2, that means 4 is a square number. 3 into 3, 9 is a square number. 4 into 4, 16 is a square number. In the same way, we can find out 5 into 5, 25 is a square number. 6 into 6, 36 is a square number. So like this we can find out many square number. Remember this. Now we're going to see here some properties of a square number. What is the first property? First property is, look at the square numbers. All these numbers end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9 at one's place digit. So remember this, for all the square number, the ones place digit will be 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 and 9. But it is a sufficient condition, it is not necessary. For all the square number, you will get only 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9 for all square number. But it does not mean that the number end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 will be square number. All number which end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 all are not square number. For example, I have written here 30, 21, 24, 35. You cannot make this number in the form of square number because you cannot make 30 by multiplying the same number. 30 we can multiply 3 into 10, but 3 is different digit, 10 also different number. And in the same way 5 into 6, 30, but they are not square number. So remember, but see here 100, 10 into 10, 100, 9 into 9, 81, 8 into 8, 64, 7 into 7, 49, 6 into 6, 36, 5 into 5, 25. You will check this one, see all are square number, and last digit, that means 1 place digit 0, here 1 place digit 1, here 1 place digit 4, here 1 place digit 9, and here 1 place digit 6, here 1 place digit 5. So for square number it is necessary that at one's place digit there will be 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, 9. But all kind of number which end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, they are not square number. Remember, this is a very important property for square number. You can memorize this for example also. From example you can identify. Simple number you cannot say this is a square number by checking that one's place digit. Okay. Now we are going to next property, that is second property. From the one's place digit of a number, we can determine one place digit of a square number. How it is possible? See, you will see the given table, you can identify. So one's digit number, suppose you are going to take 10. And 1 place digit is 0 in 10, because see here I am going to write here 10. See 10. What is 1 place digit? 1 place digit is 0. And see, if we will find out the square of 10, that means 100. And in 100 also 1 place digit is 0. Same way, if you are going to choose here 1 or 9, that means suppose I am going to take here 11. So what is the square? 11, if we will choose 11, so 1 place digit 1. But what is the square number of 11? 11 into 11. 11 into 11 is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. See, in square number also, 1 place digit there will be 1. So remember this. From the 1 place digit, we can identify 1 place digit of square number also. So when 1 place digit will be 1 and 9, in square digit it will be in square number it will be 1. In the same time, when 1 place digit 2 or 8, in square number 1 place digit will be 4. When in any number 1 place digit 3 or 7, then in square number 1 place digit will be 9. In the same way, when in any number 1 place digit is 4 or 6, and square number it will be 6 only. And when 1 place digit 5, in square number also it will be 5. I am going to explain here only about 1 place digit. Remember, this is a very important. I am not going to discuss here 10 place digit, 100 place digit, 1000 place digit. I am going to discuss here about only 1 place digit. So from the 1 place digit we can identify 1 place digits of a square number also. So for example, you can see here, write the 1's place digit of a square of the following number. So no need to find out the square of this number, because this is the very largest number, 2172. But they are asking find out the 1's digit of a square number, and for that we have to identify 1's digit is here 2, and for 2 we'll get in square number 4. So the result will be 4. See, 1 place digit of square number is 4 only. So in this way you can identify 1 place digit of square number. Remember this. Now I am going to explain here third property. That is, square of number n can be expressed as the sum of first n odd number. First n odd number. It will be easy. We'll explain with example. See, first I am going to choose here 5 square. You know 5 square is 25, and before 5 we can identify there is 1 is odd number, 3 odd number, 5 also odd number, because we have to choose before 25 how many odd number? Only 5 odd number. Why 5 odd number? Because I am going to find out the square of 5, and square of 5, that's why we have to choose only 5 odd number, that is 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. See, this is all are odd number, 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, and only 5, exactly 5 odd number you have to choose, and then only you will get the result. So sum of, that's why it is written, square of a number n can be expressed, square of a number n, square of a number, that means 25, can be expressed as the sum of all odd number. Okay. And one more example I have written here, that is 3 square. That means you have to choose only 3 odd number. That means 1, 3 and 5. See, 1, 3 and 5, that means sum is 9. And see, as well as 3 square also 9. So this is the third property of square number. So remember this. With the help of this concept you can complete your practice set. Now fourth property. Fourth property is said between the square of numbers n and n plus 1. N and n plus 1. That means if you are going to choose 2, then you have to choose 3 also as well, because n and n plus 1. And there are exactly how many non-perfect square number will be? 2n. How many non-perfect? 2n non-perfect square number will be. So for example, say I've taken here it's n equals to 3, that means n plus 1 will be 4. So first we have to find out square of 3. What is the square of 3? Square of 3 is 9 and square of 4 is 16. And in between 9 and 16, how many non-perfect square number is given? That is 9. Between 9 and 16 there is 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. How many? They are completely non-perfect square number. You cannot present or express this number 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14 as square. So they are called non-perfect square number. How many square number is there? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 and here also 50. 6. So that's why it is written 2n. 2n means, and n means we have considered it here 3. So 2 into 3, that means 6. So remember this. In between the square numbers of n and n plus 1. N and n plus 1. There are how many non-perfect square number? Exactly 2n non-perfect square number will be there. Remember this. Now next property, that is where is next property? No, that is not. Next property, the sum of two consecutive number is equals to the difference of their square number. Sum of two consecutive number is equals to difference of their square number. How? See, consecutive number means continuously counting number. You can start from 5 also. The 5, 6, 7. Consecutive number. So here consecutive number 1 and 2, that means their sum is 3, and here written difference of their square. So difference of their square means 2 square minus 1 square. 2 square is 4 and 1 square is 1. So 4 minus 1 is 3. That's why it is written the sum of two consecutive number is equals to difference of their square. Sum of two consecutive number is equals to the difference of their square. Next property, that is product of any two square number. Product of any two square number always be perfect square. How? For example, see, 9 is a square number because we know 9 is the square of 3. 3 into 3 is 9, as well as 16 also a square number. So 9 into 16 if we multiply, we will get 144, and 144 is a square of 12 because 12 into 12 is 144. That's why it is written product of any two square number is always be a perfect square number. Remember this. Okay, so property is very important. Now 2.7. Next property, square of an odd number is also an odd number, and square of an even number is even number. How? See, 3 is a odd number. 3 is a odd number. So square of odd number is 9. 9 also odd number. 4 is a even number. See, 4 square is 16. 16 is a even number. So square of odd number is odd. Square of even number is even. Always remember this. This is all very important property. You should remember this, and you should apply all the property for solving your exercise. Okay. Next, how to find out square of a number without multiplication, without actual multiplication. We can use these two formula. You have learned in class 7, that is a plus b whole square, and one more is a minus b whole square. A plus b whole square formula is a square plus 2ab plus b square, and a minus b whole square formula is a square minus 2ab plus b square. With these two formula, we have to find out square of any number without any actual multiplication. For example, see chosen here 25. 25 square, and remember that when any number will given to you, you have to first express your given number in the sum of two numbers. In the sum of two numbers, and one number must be multiple of 10. One number must be multiple of 10. That's why see, I've chosen here 20 and here 5. 20 plus 5 is 25. In the same time, see here 17. I've written here 20 minus 3. So here a plus b, because 20 plus 5, and here 20 minus 3, here a minus b formula we have to use. So a square, 20 square plus 2ab plus b square. So if 20 square, that means 20 into 20, 400. Then you will multiply 2 into 20 into 5. This will be 200, and 5 square is 25. Then answer will be 625. In the same time, 20 square is 400, and 2 into 20 into 3 is 120, and 3 square is 9. So we will calculate. So 289 is the answer. So in this way you have to find out square of any number without any actual multiplication. So by formula you have to find out square. It's very important. You need this one in class 9 also. Now next, that is finding perfect square number. How to identify this is perfect square number or not? So for this case, first we have to factorize our given number. We have to factorize our given number, product of prime factor. See, we have to find out or we have to express our given number product of prime factors. So for example, see, it is written that is 2576. 2576. You will express that is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 161. See here 2 into 2 we can make pair. Here also 2 into 2 we can make pair, but see 160 is present here without any pair. So this is not a perfect square number. For perfect square number we need all the number in pair. In pair. Remember this, it's very important. Otherwise you cannot identify it's a perfect square number or not. For next example, you will see prime factor of 1764. Prime factor of 1764, that is 2 into 2 pair, 3 into 3 pair, 7 into 7, they are present in pair form. So that means 1764 is a perfect square number. Okay, 1764 is a perfect square number, but 2576 not a perfect square number, because 161 is not present in pair form. Remember this. So with prime factorization we can identify our given numbers are perfect square number or not. Next, that is application of square number. Application of square number, we can find out for identify is the square number or not, for finding square number, and as well as we can use this square in Pythagoras theorem also. And Pythagoras theorem we can use only for right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem. And we know Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equals to side square plus base squares, and hypotenuse is denoted by a here. That's why I've written, see, hypotenuse denoted by a, and other two sides denoted by b and c. That's why hypotenuse square is equals to b square plus c square. And with this formula we can find out Pythagorean triplet. How to find out Pythagorean triplet? See here, sometime it's making problem. See, it's written, check these two are Pythagorean triplet or not. So for this case you have to find out square of sum of the square of two smallest number is equals to square of largest number or not. So here is smallest number 6 and 8, so we have to find out square of these two number. So 6 square plus 8 square, that means 36 plus 64, that means 100, and here largest number is 10, so 10 square is 100. So that means 6 square plus 8 square is equals to 10 square, that means they are present in Pythagorean triplet. Okay, but next one 8 9 14, that means here also is smallest number 8 and 9, and largest number is 14. Largest number is 14. So here 8 and 9 first you have to find out 8 and 9. 8 square plus 9 square. So if you will get, then you will get here 145. But 14 square is 196. That means 8 square plus 9 square is not equals to 14 square. That means 8, 9, 14 is not a Pythagorean triplet. Okay, so in this way you have to complete all the problem related to square number. Thank you. God bless you. Take care.